Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tonya, and today we're in front of our super cool, groovy garden, which you saw start about a month ago, and it was like this big. And we're talking about you, Aquarius. Happy full moon. This is going to be one for the books, trust and believe. Why, you may ask? Because there's two, not one, but two intense T-square aspects being made under this full moon, Aquarius, and you are the star of this entire full moon operation. We're going to break it down as to what these two T-squares are and what that really means for you, Aquarius. But before I do, if you subscribe with the content that I am providing you today, then subscribe to this channel because we are a growing tribe. And also, I am offering an astrology course, which I have extended the deadline on through the month of August. So join us. It's a 3-month program and it's going to be absolutely awesome. Basically, you're going to walk away feeling like a wizard of astrology. Like you can just be like, Expelliarmus, and know what a chart is telling you and just be able to interpret it like facts, straight facts. So if you're into that, WizdomDropz@gmail.com. I'm also available for bookings, for readings, and it's the same email address, which is listed down below. Now, Aquarius, this is your full moon, and I'm very excited to talk about this with you. The two major aspects that are happening, like I said, are T-squares in the heavens. And what is a T-square? It's two 90-degree angles where two planets are squaring each other, okay? Two of those. And one of those planets is engaged in both of those square aspects. So there's 3 total planets involved, and through that, it forms a little triangle, and it looks like a red triangle in the chart because it's 2 squares and an opposition. One opposition, that's the long line, okay, in the triangle that forms this. And what does it mean? It means that there's tension, there's strife, there's struggle, and there's, you know, generally crappy energy, except the positive is that there's always, with the T-square, very much potential to get something accomplished. In astrology, you understand, when there is a hard aspect that's a square or an opposition, there is opportunity. Nothing happens without opposition or squaring in astrology, period, point blank. In the real world, period, point blank. So what does this mean for you? Well, the first T-square is engaged with your moon, the full moon, Uranus in Taurus, okay, and the sun. So the actual moon, the luminary points, the moon and the sun are engaged in this T-square with Uranus. So expect the unexpected, radical surprises, just random light bulb download moments, generally like things coming out of nowhere in a flash, like a lightning bolt. Think of a lightning bolt. It cracks and it goes pew, all of a sudden out of the sky. Like, you don't have warning for a lightning bolt. So be prepared, y'all, for lightning bolt moments. That's literally kind of like the main takeaway under this energy for the next month, and definitely over the next couple weeks. You want to pay attention to that, okay, for that. And also, don't increase your likelihood of accidents at this time. Mars is also in a hard aspect in the second T-square between Saturn, Mars at the apex, and Mars and Mercury. Okay, so there's tension in communications. There's definitely ripe potential for arguments, conflicts, escalating into like really bad severances because Uranus is involved and Mars and Saturn is involved. So in hard aspects, mind you. So I would say be really careful at this time to take and use and craft that energy that you're feeling, that anger, that aggression, that pent up stuff that's just like a soda bottle like exploding right now. Pay attention to that, notice that, and channel it to the highest good. And it is not always easy. I'm definitely here to tell you it's definitely not always easy, but I encourage you to do as much, Aquarius, because you're going to be feeling this a lot, because the moon is in your 1st house and the sun is in your 7th house. So you, Aquarius, are going to be feeling this more intensely than other people, without a shadow of a doubt. Being as it's in your 1st house, something about you is being illuminated, something about your character, your intelligence, your life, your livelihood, your physical embodiment, especially if this is your ascendant that you're listening for. This is relevant to Aquarius, you know, ascendant, sun, and moon. But with that said, there's a puppy here if she wants petting, but I'm ignoring her to pay attention to you, Aquarius. So, you know, with the Uranus, though, influencing your 4th house, it definitely is coming from the home, Aquarius, anywhere from the home that you know today to the home that you came from when you were a child. So 4th house is your roots. So where are you from? You know, where's this cucumber actually rooted into the earth? That is the 4th house. That's the 4th house of that cucumber in the earth, deep within the earth. You can't even see it. It's so deep. That's the 4th house. That's the IC. So Uranus is there for you, like, oh, you don't even know what's going to happen. Like, it's going to shake it all up and just be like out of nowhere craziness on the home front, and somehow that engages you in partnerships, you in committed partnerships, you in relationships, friendships that are very deep. 7th house. So that was meant, and it smelled very good. Now, the second way that this is going to be, you know, engaging you, because those are all, you know, very important houses. Those are like, you know, very strong houses, the 1st, the 7th, the 10th, and the 4th, and those are being activated. Oh, it smells so good. Also, though, that T-square is Mars, Mercury, and Saturn, and that's going to be in your 3rd, 6th, and 12th house, respectively. So that's a 6th, 12th house opposition. I would pay attention, Aquarius. I would be very on my health if I were you right now. I would be taking all the precautions against getting kind of ill or anything like that. Also, pay attention to what you're doing at a hobby level, because in your 6th house you have Mercury there that just freshly is done being retrograde. So pay attention to how you're using the energy of what you've been thinking about over the last like 2 months. What have you been thinking about a lot over the last 2 months, Aquarius, that you know you need to do better in? That's what you really need to make sure you're doing better in right now, because that's going to be in opposition, and it's in your 6th house. It's sending tension. So it's basically saying, hey, here's the rubber band. It's an opposition aspect and a square aspect. Rubber band, it's pulled taut, you know. Are you directing this where it needs to go? Because if not, the cosmic forces are about to release it right in your face, and it's not going to be so pleasant. So mark my words, because Mars is in the 3rd house too. So Aquarius, pay attention, especially you all, please pay attention to how you're interacting in your local environments, in your local communities. Don't be irresponsible in those environments, because it will come back to bite you in the butt big a time. Also business, if you're a business owner, because the 3rd house in ancient astrology is the house of business, pay attention, Aquarius, because you do not want to be having negative experiences in your business life because of things you've been doing in your health and wellness life. Also, if deep psychological things are coming up this time, not so much if, but when they do come up, pay attention to them, honor them, work with them. 12th house is what we hide from ourselves. Saturn is still retrograde up in that 12th house behind your, you know, consciousness. It's in your subconscious. So it wants you to pay attention to what it's bringing up for you to process. So I hope you do. And with that said, my friends, subscribe if you vibe, because WizdomDropz. And until next time, and through next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.